If you'd like to know how to build a free gallery for your NFTs or any other digital art you may have, then keep on watching. Hi, I'm Alexis Mercedes. I'm the project manager for Fractal Labs. We are an app development team that is passionate about improving the UX of XR. On this channel, we document the intersection of Web3 and augmented reality as it unfolds. In this episode, I'll show you how to build a free NFT gallery using spatial.io. This is an overdue sister video to a previous one where we built a gallery inside of Over the Reality. That one came out last summer and a link is below. I'm going to give you an overview of Spatial itself, get you oriented to the different ways to use it, provide instructions on how to build your gallery, give you a tour of my final products, show off another gallery by LM Designs, list off some fantasy use cases, and provide my final thoughts. So let's get to know Spatial. This is a free app that allows you to build an avatar and explore digital spaces. One cool thing about it is that you can access it from many different ways. You can hop on it using the Meta Quest 2 VR headset, or from a computer, or from your phone. And those multiple entry points coexist for one space at the same time. I can be talking to someone who's using a headset or talking to someone who's doing it on their phone, etc. We can all get to the same spaces through different avenues, which is really cool. If you look at promotional content for Spatial from a couple of years ago, they're mostly pushing a mixed reality workspace where I can be meeting with people IRL and virtually in a seamless environment, aided by hardware like the HoloLens. But the HoloLens is prohibitively expensive, so it's not actually used this way very widely, simply because only a select few can afford the hardware that is required. Instead, we use it as a user-generated metaverse, which I keep touting as the future of social media. Not only can you post images and videos now, or words, you can also post environments and immersive augmented reality exhibits. So far, I have joined Altered Alley and some of my other friends in Spatial using the desktop app. Super easy to onboard and get in there. I've also opened it up on mobile. I signed in with the Google option, so it just used that same account. So I'm the same person on my phone and computer. And now it's time to try on my Oculus.
When you open up Spatial, you'll be brought to this default space. This is the standard room that everyone is given for free inside of Spatial. As far as I can tell, all of the standard Quest 2 buttons and movement protocol apply in Spatial in a standard way. I'm pleased to discover that the screen recording version works really well. It's nice resolution and it captures the audio from the headset's microphone, which is very convenient.
No feet yet. If I jump, yeah, it can sense a jump. You can see the little feet.
Can't move that plant, but I can move probably any of these things that have lock symbols. Oh, unlock it first? Oh, yeah. Scale, duplicate. What does that one say?
To orient myself in this new VR world, I challenged myself to manipulate and add objects to the space.
Logs I can play with. I can make more logs. Let's make some more logs. Scale, duplicate. Wrong button. Okay. Done. Why does that keep happening? Go away! Go away! I don't want you. Ooh. No, not scale. Just move. Okay. Now I got woods. More woods. What about oranges? I saw an orange. I don't want to pin it. I want to... Okay, I just want to move it. Yay! I know, so creative. I'll just put it in the coffee cup. With proper AR, I could put my real couch in this experience so I could sit and move, and then it would be like an augmented version of my apartment so that like my windows have these big cutouts and display this video rather than what is outside my actual window.
Next, let's see if we can get you a screen recording of some of Altered Alley's builds.
Wow. It's amazing. A little taco. Oh. I 100% thought that was an avatar of another person. It's pretty smart. Oh, she's a butt on both sides. That is really funny. Some Poe action. Oh, look, that's a person. Hello. We're looking at a scan, a LiDAR scan of an apartment, and then they added some JPEGs. Crown. All right, let's go all the way there. TV Preacher.
Because Altered Alley is really good about including portals to his other spaces, it's really easy to find more and more and more to explore. You even get sections like this where it's a collection of portals, so you can easily spend hours with your headset on exploring spatial spaces by Altered Alley alone.
In order to get some inspiration on how I want to build the Desert Dreams Gallery, I'm going to do some more exploring.
Let's go here.
If you're looking for inspiration, this Gen Z Universe Gallery is a great place to start. They didn't limit themselves to the laws of the universe. You can really just create anything in any way, and they definitely took advantage of this technology when describing this landscape. It's also super inspirational just based on the content. It's mostly featuring inventions by different people. I was still learning how to get around, but I loved the landscape and just getting to know the space. For comparison, I loaded the same space in my desktop just to see how the two compared. I feel like the desktop was a touch glitchier, and overall everything looks exactly the same, like the coloring and movement. The lighting design in the desktop was more advanced. You saw me struggle using the Oculus to manipulate this space, so I opted for building my gallery from the desktop. Here's footage of me just having a go at it without consulting any instructions. I really just wanted to see how intuitive it was, and it really, really is. I decided to use this template gallery to make things easy on myself and add my files directly from my computer. File size was a limiting factor, but once the pieces are loaded, you can rescale them to appear any size you'd like. I did have an issue with these images flashing for some reason. When I shared the space with Austin, he also could see the flashing. To fix the situation, all I had to do was replace the images, and that worked out just fine. After getting a feel for the space, I did design some new images to occupy the room and loaded them accordingly. It was very easy to drag and move each image into this pre-existing gallery. Because it was invented to be a gallery, there were lots of features, especially these info cards, that made displaying artwork specifically easy and robust at the same time. You could include everything you would think of including for an image in a gallery. And it also made it easy to attribute different artists to different spaces, as well as link the art to wherever your NFT is sold, or perhaps a social media, whatever you like. And here's a tour of my final product. Your avatar loads in the center, of 3 hallways. In the gallery, I have an artist statement, a collection of demo pieces. They're like process images all around the collection of art that is Desert Dreams. There's also an auditorium that has all these seats, and I placed that giant image as a backdrop for the stage. It's one of the images from the NFT, and even though I had to shrink the file size, displayed really blown up like that, it still is in good resolution. Finally, there is a lounge, and just as easily as the images were to add, I could add these 3D models of the Fractal Labs logo, made white to fit in with the landscape. I wanted it to feel decorated but not cluttered. I'm really happy with the result, and I'll definitely pop a link in the description box in case you want to view it on your own.
Instruction section. Okay. Depending on where you're comfortable signing in on your wallets or have your digital assets available, decide which device you're going to use to access Spatial. Next, choose the button Create a Space. Select a template from those that Spatial has provided, or if you have a build of your own already, no problem. You can upload it and apply it as your environment, and then that's your gallery. For your convenience, I've attached a link to Spatial's upload guidelines in the description box below. Use the blue plus button to add which objects you'd like to use into your gallery. Use the edit button, which looks kind of like a pencil, to scale or move or rotate those objects. Once you've got them in a place you like, remember to lock it so you don't accidentally continue to move things around as you're navigating the space. Using the info button for each of your objects, you can add a link to the place that they are for sale. Maybe that's OpenSea or your own website. If your gallery is specific to NFTs, you do have the option of uploading it as an NFT rather than a regular old digital asset. However, I don't think this function is very useful. If your collection includes valuable NFTs, it is not advised to keep them all together in one wallet. It creates a honeypot. Instead, the safer mode would be to spread them out across multiple wallets for your own safety to make sure that they're not all swooped up at once. If you're not showing off your collection, but instead a collection for many other people, again, you'll have multiple wallets. Adding an NFT in Spatial through the designed NFT route is only going to be able to access one wallet at a time based on the nature of the security processes in place. Please let me know your opinion on the matter. Is being able to upload it as an NFT irrelevant? My current stance is to upload it as a digital asset and link it to the OpenSea. I don't see a benefit to using the NFT feature itself. Hopefully this will conjure up a conversation. I will read and respond to your comments. I'm really curious what y'all think. All right, once you've got your gallery looking the way you'd like it to look with the links that you like to link, update the sharing settings so that the general public or an invited few can actually see your gallery. If you choose to sign up for Spatial's paid version, you can invite others to be able to edit your space. So if you have objects you want them to interact with, you would need the paid version. Otherwise, you can just use the free one. Everyone I know just uses the free one. You can also create a link using a portal button. There's an add portal icon that's very front and center, easy to do. That will link to any other Spatial gallery or anything on the internet. So it doesn't have to attach directly to a piece of art.
Fellow designer LM Designs hosted a party in one of their galleries. They've been putting on an event all season called Wintered Wizards, which is a themed collection of AI-generated art. So not only is this a gallery, it's a party within the gallery. It was really fun to see all the other avatars, and they taught me how to make my avatar ice skate, which I'm so impressed with and so excited about. As you can see, LMD put in a ton of effort into the design of the space. The animated trapdoor is super fun and interesting. It's not just a place to look at art, it is genuinely a place to hang out. One interesting note is that when I viewed this space from my phone, I wasn't able to get my avatar to enter the ice skating rink. I was surprised that my motion of walking forward doesn't move my avatar. It's not connecting with the phone in that way. From mobile, I can only move around through the teleport command, and that one just wouldn't let me walk on the ice. This gallery is still up and running, and it will be linked below.
In my fantasy, we will be able to use these type of spaces for fashion. I especially like the prospect of digital fashion and its ability to create new designs for cheap. Fabric is expensive, but for relatively free, you can make many garments that only cost your time, not your coin or physical storage space. With that capability, we can start seeing expansions of designs for IRL pieces that fit different body types. It could be the way that we break out of this one size fits all standard of designing clothing. And places to experience those designs like Spatial are essential for that, and I hope it becomes part of that puzzle piece. I also dream about how we're going to use it as meeting rooms. That was Spatial's original plan. I've been trying to use the VR version as a meeting space with Austin, but so far it's been really glitchy. I'll keep you posted on how it works for that. I'd also like to use it for immersive exhibits, like the ones that we've been showing off in Over. In conclusion, building this gallery was a lot easier than building the gallery in Over. The hierarchy panel that one uses to build Over experiences allows you to do far more complicated things and batch work and control lighting. But the more power you have in any software, the more complicated it is to use. So if you're looking for a quick, easy plug and play, this one is hands down easier. Spatial's also a lot easier compared to Over because you can grab and move objects more smoothly. And having a slider bar for scaling and rotation is easier than manipulating them from numbers alone. Things I loved about Spatial are that the spaces you can use are huge and they look great. It automatically saves your work as you go along. Just walking into the gallery allows me to immediately start editing it. You don't have to have separate spaces like, oh, I'm gonna go through here and so that I can edit my space and then publish it. Instead, it's like real life where I occupy a space and while I'm there, I'm able to make changes. And I love that they included info cards in the standard use of the galleries. That makes life a lot easier for giving artists attributions. Things I didn't like so much include not being able to delete furniture from templates. So we get this standard gallery, but everything in there is permanent. I can't move the chairs, change the chairs, delete the chairs, and I can't change the wall color or lighting color or anything. It loads as one file. I think portals are kind of clunky the way that they're so grandiose. I wish they had a built-in way to just add like a button, or as Over would do it, as a collider box. It seems like I would have to do kind of like a workaround in order to make it do that. One option is definitely to just shrink up the size of the portals and organize them neatly, but it's really not a big deal. The viewing experience for me is still superior inside of Over. I'm told that there's a way to use spatial as AR instead of VR, but this workflow really didn't allow for it because the templates that they include are all encompassing. You can't just not have a skybox. Whereas in Over, our gallery augments my space instead of being virtual, which to me is more emotional, more impactful. I can get closer up to the art and feel more real. Overall, I'm super impressed, and I'm definitely going to be using Spatial more.
I'm still wondering how to use the Spatial mobile app as augmented reality. I saw that it has an occlusion button, but I don't understand how that can fit into these universes, especially since walking forward doesn't move my avatar forward. Lots of confusion here on this. Please sound off in the comments if you can help me out.
I release a video every Tuesday afternoon. If you want more AR and Web3 on your YouTube timeline, then please like and subscribe. Bye.